Young ladies and gentlemen, the situation is serious. Very, very serious. On the Iranian side, the Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has just broken his silence after several statements made by the American President, Donald Trump, statements that have deeply affected the Ayatollah. Here is a man who does not appear in public like this regularly, who does not speak regularly. After his statements and everything that has been heard as rumors, I don't know if we should call them rumors, but they are gradually becoming apparent as the truth. The Ayatollah breaks his silence and makes an honest promise to the United States of America and to Israel. The Ayatollah has spoken. So, what did he say? What exactly did he say? And to what extent should we take what he said seriously? In this video conference, that's exactly what we're going to discuss. But before we continue, I humbly ask you to share this video conference as much as possible. Share it in all the groups, give it lots of likes, hit the like button as much as you can. That's it. So, let's dive deeper. Yes, according to the official information that has been released, and based on his speech, the Ayatollah, in his address broadcast on Iranian national television, began by issuing a clear and direct warning to Washington, emphasizing the seriousness of his message and the importance of the situation. He warned the United States of America about the irreparable consequences of any intervention. You know that America wants to intervene because Israel is under a kind of domination that is not openly acknowledged. When I say domination, I mean that Israel is currently undergoing massive strikes from Iran. Even though Israel is also striking Iran, it's important to clarify that it goes both ways. But the balance tips much more heavily against Israel. And what Israel needs, as we made clear yesterday, what Israel needs is a sea of bombs to enable it to achieve its objective. This sea of bombs refers to the GBU, whether it's the 2, the 52, or the 57. But at the very moment we are speaking, Israel, according to certain authorities and sources, claims that what they need most is the GBU 57. This is that very heavy and extremely powerful American-made bomb, capable of piercing through rock, breaking through reinforced concrete and iron walls without losing impact, in order to destroy targets inside bunkers. This missile is so powerful that it is called the bunker buster. So Israel needs it. But to use it, Israel cannot. They neither have the means nor the capability. It is America that has the means. First, the aircraft required to carry it are only American-made planes, known as the Spirit. And then, even the deployment of the bomb requires American involvement. So now, all eyes are turning toward possible American intervention. On top of that, Donald Trump came out and said that they know exactly where Ali Khamenei, the Supreme Leader Ayatollah, is hiding, and that for now, his elimination is not planned. Otherwise, if they wanted to eliminate him, it would be quick. He said that America controls the skies over Tehran. They have that in their hands. But the problem isn't between America and Iran. It's between Iran and Israel. That's why the Ayatollah, who usually remains silent and doesn't speak often, has broken his silence. And it's worth remembering that they already tried to send him to eternal rest, but they couldn't. They launched a missile. The missile was destroyed, and the debris fell on his residence, damaging it. So, let's go deeper. Iran issues a warning and threatens. It issues a warning to the United States of America and seriously threatens America. So, in his speech, Ayatollah Khamenei firmly reiterated that any military intervention by the United States of America against Iran in the ongoing conflict would result in irreparable consequences for Washington. This is Iran speaking. If the United States intervenes, the consequences will be irreparable for Washington, But if this were in Guinea, in my homeland of Pele, when you hear such news, there is a sacred word you say, what? What? What has Iran seen? What is Iran relying on? What is Iran standing on? Let me use the simplest French possible. What is Iran relying on? What makes Iran feel strong to the point of threatening Washington with irreparable consequences? It's scary, but the truth is, Iran has been preparing for a very long time. If we're not even careful, Iran might possess intercontinental ballistic missiles. That is very certain, since Russia has them and Iran is Russia's protege. Let's continue. So, Iran, through its ambassador to the UN in Geneva and other officials, has described any American involvement as a recipe for total war in the region. In other words, if America intervenes, that's the final recipe that will give rise to a total war in the region. So, above all, America must not intervene. Iran insists because Iran's wish is to leave them alone. They must be left to deal with it between the two of them. Yes. We'll see who put water in cocoa. First, it's just the two of them. Understand already that if America is showing signs of intervening, it's because America has realized that Iran has weakened Israel. Israel is weakened. That's why America wants to intervene. They don't want to be humiliated. But if that's the case, Iran has already inflicted that on them. Because Iran doesn't joke around. Iran doesn't joke around. Iran doesn't talk much. When they do speak, it's because a promise is about to come out of their mouth. And when they say it, they do it. They do it. What Israel is experiencing today, Israel has never experienced before. And today, Israeli citizens are facing a lot of problems because all the countries, most of the neighboring countries, they can't go there. The country has always considered its neighbors as enemies. You see? So it's complicated. So the Iranian representative, the ambassador to the UN has spoken and other officials have spoken as well. And they insist that Iran will not surrender. Khamenei, the supreme leader, has been very clear. Iran will not surrender. Iran will not capitulate. Iran will continue the struggle. If it's what they want, Iran will continue. So here's what it says. So Khamenei did not stop there. He did not stop there. He made other announcements that we will have the opportunity to analyze in upcoming video conferences. Thank you all very much. I'll be back with more news shortly. This was the voice of your one and only Samurai.